Alright, let's get this thing working. There we go. Right. And we is live. Don't have Modo loaded. That's never ideal. Let's take... I tried to do a bit of admin. Just get the list fairly up to date with what I'm playing. Am I missing a card? Apparently I am. What am I running? Oh, I'm running Seal of Removal. Seal of Removal. And I'm not playing Carnage Tyrant as a 2 of. I play it as a 1 of. And the rest of it looks fairly good. I do have a Tormod's Crypt, a Sanctifier on en-Vec, and a afternoon, actually, for me. Lavinia, Azorius, Renegade. Sweet, that's my current list. Let's continue the league. I'm just having a little read of Discord with the 9 AM here. Yes, like what, 2 PM? 2 PM here. Which always sort of like ruins my stream schedule pretty much. Like most of viewers are from America. So I'm going to miss a lot of that stuff, but not an issue. Let's chuck on a song. I played the first match earlier, but I knew I didn't have time to stream, so I didn't. But I beat Dredge, so that was nice. It was actually quite comfortable. The Sanctifier on en-Vec is like huge against Dredge, so like if that's a matchup you expect to face, just chuck one Sanctifier on the sideboard, because you can call it up on 2 and play it on 3, and it's like it's so strong, as well as the fact that you have a turn 4 kill that doesn't really that's not easy for them to interact with, because they have no Conflag, Dark Blast, they all miss. So he's double queuing in the challenge, and this fella's I think a 4-color money player, yeah, with counter spells last time out. So I guess if he's double queuing, it's just that the challenge is like not firing right now, I hope. Maybe I go check out a streamer and see if it's between rounds. Modern challenge. Let's go see. I mean, the speed of his play sort of suggests it. I could be in for a bad time. Or maybe not. Anyway. My friend is let me borrow his amateur account today. He wanted to play my Glacier deck, and I'm going to try to convince him to try Tameshi. Nice. Yeah. Extra eyes on the list is always good. Like, it helps tune. So that's counterspell. So I'm fairly comfortable with losing a Sakura-Tribe Elder to a counterspell. That's a pretty good deal. This looks a little bit like Scape Shift. Ice Fang, okay. Was that in his last list? I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, Ice Fang was in the list, yeah. So, is the challenge actually going ahead at the minute. I don't know. What did they just do? Play wall? Sweet, okay. I think I could have turn 3 kill here. I have to draw Cultivator. I have to go for it. Or do I have to go for it? Or maybe I don't. Maybe I get the Lotus Bloom. No, I'm gonna slam. Am I? No, I'm gonna just play Teferi and bounce his Ice Fang. I think the Wargate for Lotus Bloom was still fine. We would have killed him. Well, assuming they have no Solitude. So this gives us a bit of protection versus Solitude. Yeah, 3 birds, 2 stee, I think. Just to try. Okay, well that's a kind of a good sign, I think. I can't really go off their list too much. I think that the last list that they posted didn't have Fury, Wall of Omens, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. I'm still expecting a counter spell, so I'm going to just... what am I going to do? I'll just play another Teferi. Should have played land in case they have Spell Pierce, but that's pretty unlikely, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Just goes gets Temple Garden, I guess. Love them to just tap out and play. Okay. Madly annoying, like, if I'd have played this, I could have gone and got Stomping Ground, but it doesn't really matter. They have missed a land drop as well. Right, well... It's okay, we have this Misty as well, so that should be game. I guess I don't beat Solitude at this exact moment in time. But again, not a big issue. They would be down 2 cards. Yeah, there it is. If I rip another Tameshi, we win here and now, but pretty unlikely. Let's just play tap land and say go. I think you could even argue not playing that land. Because I think Hardcast Cultivator is a pretty reasonable line now. Like if they run out an Omnath and then don't hit a fetch here, my Cultivator is going to be pretty good. So they did miss the fetch. So yeah, my Cultivator is going to be fantastic. Boom. Sakura-Tribe Elder, land. Sweet. Wow. And Spell Pierce. Okay. I mean, that was pretty mental. I should have suspended this. So that is going to go fetch a Solitude. So I just have to be a bit wary of Ephemerate now. I guess that's the card I care most about. They have an Ice Fang in hand, a Solitude, plus 2 unknowns, but they're not lands. There goes another Omnath. I guess if they had Solitude there, I would have Spell Pierce, so... pretty far ahead. There's only 1 land left for Stee. Right, let's Teferi. Right, okay. That's game. Yeah, okay. We had it. 5 fetches. I think we only had... I don't know what we had left. We take the Spell Pierces out. I think we bring in a Tyrant. I think we drop the Portable Hull. Lavinia stops Evoke. And it stops Ephemerate. I think you can argue this. Says, when do you play Activate Sideboard? What matchups it's for? I played it just for Dredge. I started losing... Well, I lost to Dredge once, and it started getting a bit more popular, so I just added it back in. Because it is... Like, it just lights out against them. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Meddling Mage. Burrenton only really stops Fury. No, they could have Ragavan. Let's bring one in. It's like a hedge. It's not something I'm going to go tutor up, but if I draw it, it's already fine. Okay. Well, I have to keep this hand. It's very bad against Teferi. Let's hope they don't have that. But I can't... You can't get given our best hands. Yeah, if you don't face Dredge, I wouldn't play it, really. It's okay against Living End. Like, it's like half of their creatures, probably. So, if they play a Teferi out, which, by the way, I think would be a mistake playing it this turn. But if they play it out this turn, I'm going to call up a Solitude. A Solitude, I meant a Skyclave. But they haven't, so I guess I just go... I'm just going to go get a Cultivator. This is a spot where... Meddling Mage would be decent. Because we could just name Teferi. Yeah, I mean, you're probably fine against Living End. Let's see what they have. That should be game. I guess there's still Solitude, but we have a second Tameshi, a second Lotus Bloom. This is fairly good. Oh, okay. Well, that changes everything. GG. Nuts. We'd have drawn that, and then we would have drawn 5 off the Cultivator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there'd be 2 lands, so you draw 2 more. And then you would hit another land, draw 1 more. And then we'd have Finale for... This would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So you'd have 14 mana, plus you could play these 2 out to 12. Yeah. Yeah, Focal is fairly easy, to be honest. My record's very good against him. Yeah, good start that was. But yeah, the Dredge matchup is very heavily Sanctifier. I think, like, you know, like, I'll still board this in against DRC and Ragavan. Game 1 was Dredge. And I actually had a combo attempt on turn 3 and missed, and then I got to go again on turn 4 and still missed. So I had like 4 draws to try and find a Cultivator and didn't. Or a Call, or a Wargate, or a Finale. But I missed 4 attempts, and that's why we lost the one game. We would have comfortably beat them otherwise. Let's keep. Also, I only just recently, like within like 2 days ago, realized that you could buy avatars. I thought you just unlocked them through like playing games, but no, you can buy them. So I got myself a little dog. Amulet's decent matchup, but like if this is Dryad, it's slightly less decent all of a sudden. This hand is actually fairly bad. I'm not really sure why I kept it. Not really sure why I kept it. It's pretty poor. Wasn't really paying attention. I just saw lands and spells. Okay, so this means they have Giant Always User, so then they play that out and then they play their forest again. It is good that this is in hand. That does make life a bit more difficult. So that we know Forest and Boros Garrison at the minute. That's a decent draw as well. Let's play the bird, and I think I'm going to bounce this Dryad now. Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah. I'm going to bounce it now. Because if they'd have played Forest and then Bounce Land, I wouldn't have had a response, a trigger to respond to. So it just definitely buys us a turn if they have a Titan. If they don't, I just wasted a turn. Especially when you realise like the Saga isn't particularly important. If they just pass here, okay. Tameshi would be lethal, but not Call. Okay. Lucky me. It's turn 3, this is. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, it's not lethal, but what mana can I do? Yeah, very lucky. That's going to happen about 10% of the time. A bit less. I mean, pretty dead otherwise. So what mana can I make here? I can make 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just enough to go off. And then we have to draw fairly well off here, like just draw lands basically. That's what we want to draw. Potable Hole's not great. For one simple reason, that's going to go find him another amulet anyway, so we have exactly enough. So now we need lands, please. I think this is good. Yeah, I think this is good enough. I think we've got there. I would guess from here, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can make 12 mana. So we have enough. Hello. Sorry, I'm mid combo. My eyes don't tend to drift towards chat. But this is going nicely. Turn 3 kill with a Seal of Removal chucked in for good measure, just to stop them killing me on 3. Not sure if I'm meant to keep that land in play. I probably am, actually. I keep that land in play and like play a bird as well. Yeah, that's enough. That's definitely enough. Right, let's just click through to a finale. The birds are worth running out. They've got like a blocker. My cultivator's better than theirs because mine kills them on the spot every single game. Sweet. 2-0 and a game up. And that's enough mana. Let's just make things slightly bigger, I guess. Cultivator. Yeah, you're dead, mate. That block's there. Takes like 40. Right, Spell Pierce, yes. Lavinia, probably. Meddling Mage, yes. Prismatic Ending, probably. Seals, probably. Ghost Quarter, definitely. Drop Cavern. I'm going to drop the Sakura-Tribe Elders. The Seal's better than the Prismatic Ending because it tags her as a Saga. I think I'll swap it to Teferi for an ending. This Seal, do I care? It's kind of useful. Oh, I need to cut 3 more cards? Okay, that's not great. I don't know about this Seal. I don't know. The Seal's like... It could just buy you a turn, but it's not really stunning. Lavinia only stops Summoner's Pact. Maybe just lean on Meddling Mage instead. And like, is Prismatic Ending better than Seal? You know, like, remove an Amulet or bounce a Dryad. I think the Seal's better. The Ending's better. And what about the third Teferi? Let's, on the draw, let's... The Teferi's better against the Saga, but on the draw, it's a bit slow. I think this hand's a mulligan. It's pretty close. They kept 7. I'm going to mulligan. I'll keep this. The video is good, yeah. I just don't know how I make space for it. Oh, I have no white mana for this Prismatic Ending. Oh, this Eladamri's Call. It's a little awkward. Let's hope they're sluggish. Ooh, okay. The Birds is a fantastic draw. It makes Prismatic Ending have text. You'd have to guess they have Explore. Oh no, just Relic, okay. I can usually beat Relic. So I think I'm probably meant to gun the Amulet with this Prismatic Ending. And just plough through the Relic. I don't suppose I have to make a decision right now, but I don't love it. Let's just take the Amulet. Like, it's going to buy me 2 or 3 turns is this play, because if they... And we have no way of getting anything else out of our bin here, so that's fine. But yeah, the the amulet's going to make the Titan scary. It's going to make tap lands ramp them. You know, like we're going to make tap lands not an issue basically. So I think we meant to just gun the amulet down and. I mean, the way I'm thinking of that turn is if they had a bounce land, they would have, and a Dryad, for example, they would have played those. There's no way they would have just played a Relic. So it made me think they didn't have too many untapped lands. Maybe they're missing a bounce land, maybe they're missing... Anyway, we're just going to go get Tameshi. Tameshi forces them to crack the Relic, and then... what am I trying to say? Oh, okay. This line is bad against Force of Negation, but I'm just going to pass with blue mana up. Sorry, just going to pass like this. I could have played this, cracked to this, then activated Tameshi, but they're eyeing up sacking this because they're stumbling. But if they crack it, I could just beat them. I think they're short on lands. They definitely don't have a bounce land. I think if they had a bounce land, it would have been in play last turn. Sorry, the turn before when they had the amulet. So yeah, Killer Dog, I know I'm going back a bit here, but if I'd have brought in the Lavinia, which I think only... Okay, they've either drawn a bounce land or I just misread the situation and they have no ramp. Wow, they didn't even tap any of that? Wow. They're in bad shape. I meant Force of Vigor, sorry. Yeah, my bad. So this should be a fairly simple win. Like, they'll... I know a win. I've got a... I've got a draw threat, of which there are many. There's one of them. So we play Tameshi. And let's get back to Lotus Bloom. They crack their Relic. If you don't, you're dead. And if you do, you're dead. Okay, well, look, they're just in such bad shape. 2 Lotus Blooms. I just have to make sure that I always have one going, which shouldn't be too difficult, really. What's this? This is 9. So I can actually just throw out the... I mean, I think they're right to not crack it because I have another Lotus Bloom. So cracking it means they can't win, but I'm not really sure that they win this way either. Like, I'm getting a free... it means Finale can't pick up a Cultivator out of the bin later, potentially. If I draw poorly, like no lands, then yeah, I could fizzle. I'm going to just play that. Okay. I did draw fairly poorly. I'm not badly enough, I don't think. Let's have to make sure I don't miss sequence here. It should be fairly easy. I'm going to keep a land in play. Makes this Otawara an extra copy of Cultivator. I mean, actually... I think I have enough mana just to play the Finale now. I could do that, I guess. Is that 11, 12, 13, 14? I guess there's no reason to take the risk. Yeah, I guess there's no reason. But, I mean, this is game. Like I say, you just got to be careful not to miss sequence at all. He's going to have to crack it at some point, surely. No shocks as well, so I've never had to do the extra clicks. I do actually think that they've done this correctly, you know, like, they just didn't have an out. And at least this is forcing me to play slightly cautiously. Anyway. Let's, 15 mana. Go X11. Done. Now my new birds can tap for mana. Sweet. Let's plow on, I guess. 30 minutes in, we've played 2 matches. I was pretty happy if that's the case. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what to bring, what to cut for Lavinia, so I wanted half of this removal, didn't I? I wanted, like, all this stuff. But you can't make your deck too weak to what they're doing, so Seal was out. I could cut a Call, cut a Teferi. I could, like, cut 2 Teferis. And a Cavern. So I had 5 easy cuts. It just hits Pact, yeah. But, I mean, Pact is a big part of their deck. Like, if I had space to bring it in, I definitely would do. Well, I cut the Stees, didn't I? So I cut Seal, Stees. I could cut a Teferi, a Call, a Cavern. And I guess I didn't cut a Call because I didn't want to reduce the amount of Meddling Mages I could find. So I kept all my tutors because I'm just trying to race. So I have 6 cuts and I have Spell Pierce, Ghost Quarter, Meddling Mage, Seal that I definitely want. And then I have these 3 that are like pick 2. And I guess I went with the Prismatic Endings and not the Lavinia, which I think is correct. Tagging Amulets is quite important. But like in that match, I had a turn 3 kill with Seal Removal as interaction. Yeah, exactly. That's you know, because you could draw your Lavinia and you could cast it and it might be a blank because if they have Dryad into Titan, you've just lost anyway. Whereas in that same situation, you would at least be able to Prismatic Ending away the Dryad or an Amulet if they have one. So yeah, I think, and I don't think you ever Eladamri's Call for Lavinia. I think you would always go for Meddling Mage if you weren't just killing them. So yeah, I don't think we used Lavinia in that matchup. I boarded it in against Solitude earlier. J Blaze. Don't have a list for him. Don't hate it. I'm going to keep. It's not great. Maybe I do hate it. It's the fact that I could go turn 2 Portable Hold, turn 3 Teferi, so there's very few things that they can cast that I can't deal with in the early turns. And I have the payoff and a Tameshi. I just don't have time for those. They just don't fit around my lifestyle. Like 8 hours of MTGO is just not feasible as a dad. I think I'm going to slow them. Am I going to slow them? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm going to ramp myself and then slow them next turn if I have to. What is this start, though? I mean, it's not particularly common these days. Could be Argamoth, but it just doesn't... Wouldn't you play the other Hierarch? Yeah, 8 hours is just like, it's 8 rounds and just always ends quick. Right, so we have Portable Hall. No, it's like 8 rounds, so it's just, it depends on how many turn up. But they're long. And you have a top 8 if you get there. Blue, white, green, Teferi. The question becomes, do I care about Noble Hierarchs? I think I'm gonna get rid of one. Ah, this was a mistake, actually. Yeah, this was definitely a mistake. Because they can't use vines to protect their Blighted Agent when the Teferi's in play. Oh, the Teferi wouldn't have been in play because they would attack it down. Okay. I mean, if they'd have missed the land drop, this might have been an okay line. I don't think it is an okay line, but I should have just Portable Hold in my turn, this next turn coming up, and just hoped it was okay. The odds are I can't find an answer. There's no answer in the list. I guess it's Seal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm a mana short of going Wargate into Finale. We could go for a Seal. Seal's pretty good, actually, but we're just so far away from killing them then. Do we just chance that they don't have the pump spells? They only really need 2. I'm going to make my uncounterable bird. Anyway, let's just be silly. For no reason. And then I'm going to go get Seal because I just don't have to activate it straight away. Just keep it there. And then potentially I can, like if I drew a land, for example, I could Finale for Tameshi and then pick up the Seal again. Oh, those are starting to stack up. Anyway, I still have 3 cards in hand. I have to take 4 here. Just have to. Right, that's fine. Just want them to not have an infect creature. Oh well. I'm going to bounce that. I could draw... Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Get back the Seal and let's bounce this land and draw a card. See what that leaves us. Mana's short this turn, but I think what it means is I'm going to just play this and name Plant, and then I'm going to bounce this at sorcery speed. See if they have an answer. They don't, and then I'm going to pick up the Seal and pick up the Plant land. Should have gone Goblin, but anyway. So I think this is lethal. We know they have 2 infect creatures in hand. If they had a protection spell, I think they'd probably play it. Maybe. So this should be good. I mean, I certainly can't block. So, I mean, if they had like just an insane amount of pump spells, then one of these Hierarchs could really sting. It's like if they had 2 pump spells now, what could they do? 6? They could maybe do 10. Pump 10 onto a 3 power creature. It'd be a fairly worst case scenario, I would think, where I end up taking 15 here, but I have Seal, so yeah, there's just no scenario where this actually kills me. And we are going to kill them next turn because we're going to have Engineer. And I probably wouldn't have noticed that I could have finale'd for an Engineer, so I'm glad I just drew the Engineer. I really, really need a Wii. I have enough mana to do all of this, I think. Let's just make sure. But like if I go Engineer, Teferi, and white left over, so let's just run out the Teferi first. Let's play the Teferi first. So if they have Spell Pierce, yeah, Seal Removal was just like bonkers good here. They didn't draw well though. Look, I mean, they didn't have Vines of Vastwood, and if they did, then they probably did right to try and sandbag it for something that really mattered. But we've got there. So if they Spell Pierce, which they don't, so let's just combo off. And that is that. That's this. God, I really need to wait. I'm gonna have to have the fastest sideboard. I don't think there's too many modern matchups that aren't close, but this one was certainly fit the bill for close. Let's just work something out quickly. I think I want to just keep the Cultivator around. I didn't even work it out, I just jammed it. I have this Seal of Removal, so there's just no reason not to take this route, really. Okay, well, we did have it. Like, we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the land would have been another and another. So that's and another. So we would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. 8 lands is 16 mana. So we had Finale X like 14. Or X 10. And you could play a bird and keep your Cultivator in play. So you would have had 5 creatures that could attack. So yeah, we were getting there. Right, this matchup. I want the endings. For some reason, I feel like I want Seal of Cleansing. I think that's for Inkmoth, I guess. I'm going to drop the Cavern, probably. We drop the Stees. We're not really a blocking deck this game. Although, let's just keep it over here in the maybe column. I think a couple of Spell Pierce are fine. I don't think I want the third. I don't ever want to draw 2 of them. So let's just go down. Let's go down a Spell Pierce, a Seal Removal. Maybe just 1 Stee. Teferi seemed decent, didn't it? Let's go with that. Let's go for the fastest we ever. I'm back. Right, this isn't a good hand again. It's probably meant to be a mulligan, but it does have like two things that I like. It's just a Tameshi short, really. But we don't get a lot of time in this matchup. Like, they're gonna just be jamming shit as fast as they can. But I'm not really sure what I'm mulliganing for if I do mulligan. But I do really like this birds, and this engineer is actually pretty good as well. I would have just liked a hand with just a touch of interaction. Because this isn't a turn 3, you know, like you can't call for Tameshi and still kill on 3. But the hand is pretty good. We just don't have a lot of haymakers with this Eladamri's call. Their nut jaw's better than ours, is essentially. Yeah, it's just right to fire off Eladamri's call here. Like, leaving up mana is good. Makes them think twice about cracking this. And I say cracking, I mean just like doing this sort of stuff. We fake the path. You just tap a white and then go, no, wait. And then you scoop. Yeah, GG. Okay. Maybe I do want Spell Pierce. I'm going to go up another Spell Pierce to cut a Teferi. And I'm going to cut nothing else. This is so tight. I like this Sakura-Tribe Elder for their Glistener Elf route. Okay, we have what, 5 early interactive pieces and 3 Teferi, so yeah, this is great. It's great because we can go get basic island, basic plains, basic forest, like we don't have to take a ton of damage. Although having said that, they're not going to be playing a spell on one, they play creatures. Oh, the girlfriend's just messaged. Yes, the Spell Pierce was never going to be live this turn. I am going to Prismatic Ending that. Because the Spell Pierce gets a lot worse if they have Mana Dorks in play. It makes it really difficult to, like, remove their shit. It's probably a good outcome for them, but it's about, like, the tempo of the game. So they're trying to keep up vines, and so they've had to take a turn off. I think this means I go get the Lotus Bloom now. Yeah. Because I can't... Oh, this is risky, actually. If they have Spell Pierce, this was a really bad play. I could have just passed and waited a turn. That stings. I could have passed and then Wargated. Yeah, that's not great, though. It's all going to be going all in on the Ink Moth. Just a Tameshi. 3 mana 2/3. Not particularly exciting. So it really depends on how many protective elements they have and how many pump spells and how many lands. Because this is like, you know, if they only have 2 lands to play with, one to activate this and then it taps when it attacks. If they only have 2 mana left open, I don't think they can kill me. 3 lands they can. They could probably kill me here. And you have to rip Wargate into something incredible. And even then, I'm not in great shape, am I? Like, I'm not in good shape here. They have lethal in 2 turns with 0 pump spells. I could get a Ghost Quarter. That would be pretty good. It'd be pretty insane. Wow, every time. So lucky. Right. Do you know what? I'm not even sure if I meant to get Lotus Bloom. I don't even know if I meant to get Lotus Bloom. Or whether I'm just meant to jam this Ghost Quarter at the Ink Moth. I think I'm just went to Ghost Quarter the Ink Moth. That is mad. The reason I say that is because I have a Bloom on Suspend. So I get my... If I'm not dying this turn, which I'm not, so I'm not dying this turn. So then I get my draw step, then I get another draw step, then I get a Tameshi draw. So they have to find a creature like a Blighted Agent now. And because they haven't, I'm going to live enough to get extra looks. And I think you can argue for not playing that Misty Rainforest. It's worth more mana with the Tameshi Bloom combo, but it's also... If I draw a Cultivator... I should play it. Right, now or never. The deck's got to treat me well. I have 2 draw steps plus this cycle land. So I have plenty of looks. I need to play around Spell Pierce because we've seen it out of their deck. Come on. Loads of outs. Tons of them. Come on, deck. 3 looks. Eladamri's Call, Finale, Wargate, Cultivator. Seal of Removal, I would consider an out. Ah, you are kidding. It's too good. It's too good. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Fairly dead. I have to draw another payoff. Oh my goodness. This might be enough. Don't have Spell Pierce. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So now if they have a pump spell as their last card, I'm dead. And they do. GG. Ah, so close. We could have played the Engineer. If I didn't have to pay the 2, I could have played Engineer and then paid white and picked up the Lotus Bloom. I don't know how to do the thing that I want to do. I always hate how it does this. I could have called for Apparition, but I couldn't cast it. And I had 2 white. Plus the Spell Pierce would have stopped me anyway. But yeah, if I'd have had... so I had... Maybe if I didn't cycle this... If I didn't cycle the Triland... Maybe that's an out. I don't cycle the Tri-land. I then... oh well. I don't cycle the Tri-land. I play Call. I then play Skyclave. Then next turn Finale for the Goblin Engineer and hope to hit another payoff. That probably is the line. I think that probably is the line. Tricky. Yeah, it's not bad. It's very good, in fact, but I would like... Oh, I played this guy recently. But I don't remember what he was playing. I think he's quite high in the... I think he was quite high in the trophy table. He's second in the trophy table. This thing can only find me one list. I think he's playing Living End. Yeah. He's second on the trophy thing. Yes, he is very good. I agree. At least I'll get a 1-1 when they play Living End. And I've also gained a Tormod's Crypt since the last time I faced him, so... Let's go. The old turn 3 attempt, I guess. Do you have force? Not yet is the answer. Not yet. Well, it doesn't mean he doesn't have it yet. It just means... It just means that they don't have... That they could have had a spare blue card and they're just trying to find the best one to use. It doesn't... So what mana have I got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is quite funny. So I can't actually kill them here. I can only set up. But my setup will put a Cultivator into play. Into the bin, sorry. And it would just give me an absolute boatload of land. Yeah, I am one shot. But my graveyard's pretty stacked all of a sudden. Sweet. So, you know, I'll get a 6-7. 5-6 even, because Massive Waves will shrink it. But this will kill Tameshi, but I've got another, so that they are dead. They just don't know it. So, oh, I should have stats that. That doesn't matter. Because that's another copy of... it's obviously another copy of Cultivator, because I have one in play already. I'm not playing this well, but I didn't actually need to do this. I actually already have lethal, probably, but let's just get over the top with it. Turn 4 is great, but it's not even just the fact that it was a turn 4. It's like it's a turn 4 that actually... you know, like it just filled us with so many cards on the turn 3. So they've killed a Tameshi here. You've got to remember, like, so we're just, yeah, it's just bonkers. Is the short version. It's not easy to actually attack through all of this. Also, it's a tiny bit of lag. Ooh. Let's play a bird. Let's play one of these. My last cultivator's somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, it's in the deck. Let's play Teferi. Let's bounce a blocker. Haven't done the maths, but I'm sure this is super lethal now. I probably need to restart my PC after this game. Restart my modder at least. I can feel the lag between clicks, like. Huge finale. I could have just got a second birds. Actually, that would have been super lethal. What have I got? I've got like 6 creatures. They have 4. So yeah, this is enough now. And there I just tried to run my clock down. Just click now. Let's just smack him in the head. Ooh, 152 damage. Well, plus whatever life total they were on. Let's do this real quick. And then let's think about what we want. We want the Spell Pierce out of the board. We want the Sanctifier. We want what else? Tormod's Crypt. And what don't we want? Portable Hole. I don't think I want Seal of Removal. And I don't want something else. Borgai cut for Tormod's Crypt. Skyclave, that's the last card I want to cut. Yeah, nice. Hole, Skyclave, Seal of Removal. Spell Pierce, Sanctifier, Tormod's Crypt. 3 in, 3 out. Nice and clean. Not too complicated. Loving it. Right. Spell Pierce, Crypt. Oh, sugar. I've got loads of stuff. I want Meddling Mage and Lavinia as well. So, Skyclave, Portable Hole, Seal Removal. But also, yeah, Meddling Mage's Lavinia are just like bombs. So, let's cut the Steves. I'm going to like Steve, but it's kind of pointless. Also, I'm fairly happy to go skip draw, discard cultivator. Skip land drop. Yeah, okay, can't keep this. Can't keep this. Have to keep this because this deck mulligan's like garbage. I'm going to put the Bloom and the Call. No, wait. I'm going to put the Cultivator and the Call back. Well, this isn't great. But here we are. Did it say what record they're on? They're on 2-0. I'm kind of paired up here at 3-1. Let's have that. Well, I don't really think I can jam Teferi. If they leave mana open for Violent Outburst, I don't think I could play Teferi. If they play Shardless Agent, then obviously we have the Spell Pierce and everything's fine and dandy, but I'm not playing... I'm not playing a Teferi into open mana. Not when we've drawn that land as well. That helps a lot because I can play Teferi plus Spell Pierce next turn. Yeah, and this is like just forcing my hand here, like... So now if they have another Cascader, I'm pretty screwed. This, please. Here we go. Violent Outburst. There's any harm in bouncing? Oh. Alright. Alright, let's pay the 3. I just want to save some life, so let's bounce this guy. Oh, that's not a bad draw. It's probably not enough, just... because it's 2 turns. This is a 2-turn play. Yeah, they're just ignoring my stuff. I think this is completely the right thing to do. Like, they play Curators here, and now I can't beat... maybe I can beat both. So if I was to draw land... So I bounce this, play bird, block one of these things, and now I can call for Lotus Bloom next. Call plus Tameshi. Crypt is... okay, yeah. GG's. Crypt just has instant speed activation, which is really important in this particular matchup. So, you know, Bog isn't that exciting here, but it is. But Thomas Crypt is. They're both Wargateable. That's the point of both of them, that you can fetch it off Wargate. Bog obviously has the added benefit of being a land drop, which helps with Tameshi later. But Crypt does have synergy with Tameshi as well, so yeah. Let's see if we can get a keepable 7 or 6. That's keepable. Very keepable. I just jammed Teferi on 3, and if they have an answer to it, they're probably going to untap and jam their combo on 3, and then we could probably untap and kill them on 4. Hopefully. You have to use the word probably because, you know, it's not guaranteed. They have Force of Negation, they have Subtlety, which are both pretty big against me. Oh wow, I didn't realise how late it was. I better just check my phone. My kid's out partying. So we suspend this. Play a fetch, go get Triome. I have to say, I'm not sure I'm going to go for the Bant Triland. I think I like the red one. I think this is the preferred Triland. Maybe I want 2 Trilands when the Bant one comes along. I'm going to fake Spell Pierce. And I'm going to... I stick with this story that I have Spell Pierce for quite some time. And then the jig will be up when they have a counterspell for this and I don't respond. Yeah, so my fake has backfired now. If I had have just fired off Force, then it's different. We don't have lethal next turn if they have Subtlety. Sorry, no, we do if they have Subtlety. If they have Falsification, we don't. Okay, I don't know if... Well, it's all on their hand. Like, if they have Force, they're just... I think they do have Force. They took their time thinking about Mystical Dispute versus Force last time round, I think. They force this, I have to Wargate. And now it is all about what's left over. Can I get through? And Subtlety is a card that beats Tameshi. So I'm going to Finale here. No, wait. Let's just think about this. One, two, three, four, five, six. So this 5 plays it, and I'd have 1 to activate, and I'd have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So I would still die to Subtlety. That's the point here. I'm dying to Subtlety either way, because they'll Subtlety the Cultivator. So I probably should just use Eladamri's Call, but I'm not doing, because... I don't know why. They have another Force. They could hardcast Mystical Dispute. Like... If they have Subtlety... I don't actually even know the text on Subtlety. Chooses would type creature spell or plays rock spell. Okay. I mean, they have to just fire off here, right? So, whatever they have to fire it off. And I just have to hope they don't have anything, but surely if they didn't... I don't know, this just feels very odd. Like I say, I know I can't beat Subtlety on a Cultivator, so... I wonder if I can... No, there's no way of surviving. There's no other line that I could take. I'm pretty sure I'm just like... all on this. Wow, I spelt it right when I googled it. I can't spell it now. I apologise. So, look, I don't think there's any way, any other line other than just jam the Cultivator. What else could I do? These, like if I block here, like what if I got Skyclave blocked here? Like, I mean, they're still gonna Subtlety the Skyclave. Yeah, GG. A little disappointing. I feel like they were fairly nutted this game. But there was no way out of that. They had the nuts, but the game that hurts is the Infect one. I think possibly I want to not cycle that Tri-land and go Skyclave the Blighted Agent and then try again the next turn. I think that was probably the better line, which Magic Ian in the making spotted. 3-2's fine. I certainly feel better about 3-0s that turn into 3-2s than the other way round, because you're just playing better quality opponents. It's fine. It's not exciting. It's just fine. I don't think there's too much I would change. The list was fine. We should follow the ramping and ramping. If we delay pressure removal, it's going to make us ill. But yeah, I'm not sure I agree with. I think that's the strength of this deck is that you can play interaction in the first 3 turns, because the deck has a lot of inevitability. So when you consider these 10 cards all help you find what you need, and the fact that this card, when suspended on 1, is like, all you need is, if you last longer than the opponent in a race, in a ramping, in a combo matchup. I totally disagree with that, unfortunately. If you, I'll try and explain why, but I might not explain it very well. But if you suspend a Lotus Bloom and then make 4 land drops, you'll win on turn 4, because your Tameshi and Lotus Bloom gives you enough mana to then Finale, Wargate, or Eladamri's Call for Cultivator, right? So if you take that simple plan, if you will, so that's the simplest spot, and that needs no support. Like you have all these tutors, and let's just throw Goblin Engineer in here as well. You have all these cards here that will win you the game, in a roundabout way. They will find you the piece that you need, and all you have to do is make land drops for 4 turns. So if that's all you need to do to win the game, then that's really simple. But the problem is someone will try and kill you before then. So I think the strength of this deck is that it can play interaction before turn 4. And I think when you start to focus on the turn 3s, which would probably involve like Worth Invention and Arboreal Grazers and all these kind of things, when you start heading down that route, what actually ends up happening is that suspending Bloom on 1 isn't that hot, and you will just lose to decks that can like at the minute, like the Infect matchup was a really good example, because we didn't have to race them because we have interaction, and actually our interaction should have won us that game. If I'd have played it properly, we'd probably won the game. Yeah, turn 3 kills are hard because you need Wargate and have Tameshi and have Cultivator and have 4 lands. Right, yeah. Turn 3 kills in this deck require something like 7 cards. I think they require a ramp spell, 3 lands, a Wargate, a Tameshi, and a Cultivator. Exactly. You can't call for any of these. You need these 7 cards. Or you need a 4th land and a Grazer. So you have to have the nuts to be able to do it. So I just don't think you focus on that. I think what you need to focus on is buying time. And like Infect is a really good example, because we had the choice of like jamming Wargate for Lotus Bloom and then untapping and killing them, or Wargate for Ghost Quarter to take out the Inkmoth Nexus, and just be like, okay, well, eventually I'll find the piece that I need. And that did happen. And then I got blinded a bit and tried to kill them. What did I try and do? I cycled a Tri-land so that I could try and kill them, and then got stung by Spell Pierce when I really didn't need to. I proper misplayed that third game against Infect. But also, I could have just Eladamri's Call for Skyclave and tried to tag the Blighted Agent, which then would have given me time to be able to try and draw all these extra cards. All these cards that find You know, like another way, right? So the en-Vec deck has 12 creatures that can kill me. I have like 17 that can kill them. So I'm better in a top deck. And I have redraws. And they don't. And I have a little bit more interaction than them. So I think we, against other combo decks, we actually favour a long game. Against the like 4-colour money decks, you're not trying to kill them on 3, you're just trying to get value so that their Solitudes and Endurances run out of cards, run themselves out of cards. And there's just so much to this deck that's like, it's not obvious. It's not obvious that this is a really grindy deck, but it actually is. It's really good at grinding. The game we won against Living End, we just played a Cultivator, okay, on turn 3, but we couldn't kill them with it because we had no mana floating. We just play a Cultivator, empty our hand of lands. I think we ended up with like 6 lands in play, and that meant that I had six spells in hand. And even if they wipe my board and try and kill me, I'm going to have a Cultivator back in play, and I'm going to have all this gas. So this deck against combo decks is more like a control deck. It tries to slow them down just long enough to be able to kill them. And against a mid-range or control deck, it's more of a combo deck that's just trying to jam repeatedly, but because you have so many copies of everything, you can do that. So I wouldn't get hung up on the turn 3s. The turn 3s, I don't think I got one this league. No, did I? I think I did against Dredge off stream. No, against Amulet. I had one against Amulet. I had a turn 3 against Amulet. So I did get a turn 3, and that was off the back of the Birds of Paradise. I didn't need the Grazers. So, yeah, okay. Turn 3s are good sometimes, but they're the nut draw. Kind of like how Amulet has a turn 2 nut kill. They're just that infrequent that you just don't build around it. You just hope to stumble on it now and again when you need it. That's why I have 8 ramps and 8 ways to find Blur. Yeah, if you go that route, if you go 8 ramp spells, 8 ways to find Bloom, you are just like 100% combo. But I think you will lose. I'll be interested to see your list as well, but you will lose some of the combo aspects, a big bit of the combo aspect. I'm talking fairly quickly because I've run out of time and I do have to leave. So thank you for watching and saying hi, and we'll try and do better than 3-2 next time. I'm sure we can, but someone in the Discord's already 5-0, so I'm not getting a list posted this week anyway. So yeah, Birds better than Grazers in my mind, yeah, but we'll see. I'm fairly confident that that's the case, yeah. Right, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Right, bye for now.